And welcome back, YouTube, and welcome back to another Exploring New Vegas with me, the Lion Kiln. And our travels have brought us to Novac.
All over.
And the first person we talked to
Who sent you?
is a settler, Novac. This is Nobark.
Talked before, but I didn't say nothing, and I don't aim to now. By gum! Confound it, Nobark! You done it again. Let on that you know things. Now they'll never let you be. All right, stranger, you got me. What do you want to know? Sure have. Camouflage that coat was, trying to hide from extraterrestrials.
That was
you can
easy.
only see in black and white checkers. But they're not fooled, because he forgot to put checkers on his face.
So we ask about
I
the
told
man
him so, and he seemed to take it to heart. They stayed here a night
that tried to kill us.
by the dinosaur, talking to the sniper fella with the mustache a couple of times.
And that gives us some information on our quest about the man who tried to kill us.
I ain't just barking here. What I say has got bite, 'cause it's the truth. Them quack doctors can say what they want about all the rad scorpion stings that done pierced my skull. I know what I seen. There's been things of a disturbing nature going on at the McBride Corral. Seems every night one of the herd meets a most unnatural death. And always there's holes all over the body. Work of the chupacabra, the livestock vampire, says Nobark. But they don't pay no mind. Too many holes, they say, and there's bullets in them. Well, says Nobark, we got a chupacabra with an automatic weapon. And that's when they get real quiet, because now they see the predicament we're in.
You don't say, Nobark.
With the chupacabra himself one night, whilst I was investigating whether this gecko was hiding his treasure from me. He was the meanest, ugliest chupacabra you could imagine. Had 2 heads and fangs down to the ground. Best I could tell anyways, since when he come up to me he was invisible. Had himself a blunderbuss, what would rotate and shoot bullets real fast out of a backpack. Never seen nothing like it. Walked right past me having an argument with somebody. But I only saw one chupacabra, so I guess the other fella had to be invisible too. Only more invisible than the other one. Folks will tell you that they've seen ghouls up near the rocket factory.
Keep exploring your dialogue
cooked up by
with Nobark here.
Seeing phantoms of their own imagining.
He tells you all kinds of information.
But don't know they're dead. Hoping to steal our rockets.
And that adds the quest, come fly with me.
And draw a Lenin face on it. I seen one of them disappear and reappear before my very eyes. Although, being a scientist, I have to admit I might have just blinked for longer than usual, what with the shock of seeing a commie ghost and so forth.
Okay.
If anyone asks,
thanks, Nobark.
He never spoke.
So you get a lot of information from Nobark. Soak it all in. Yeah. You get a lead on your killer, and you get a new quest. So we talked to the doctor.
Yeah, and I need sterile medical supplies. But I
don't think she's a licensed doctor. I'm not sure. If you talk to the townsfolk, they comment on how she may not have her papers. So we went to the Dino Dee-lite
from the road. Why don't you relax a spell? Let this fine
and we meet Jeannie.
take care of you. We're in a little desert oasis, name of Novac. This is the Dino Dee-lite Motel, and it's mine. Well, there's Dinky, the town mascot. He's a sight. You probably already saw him when you came in, but you can go up inside, too. Up the road a ways to the west, there's Repcon. That's the old rocket factory. There's been some sinister characters out there lately, so you may want to stay clear. Other than that, nothing to do but take it easy and enjoy good company. Well, up north a ways, you'll see a big tower.
Anything else?
That's Helios 1. Used to be a power plant in its day. And there's a town just east of here called Nelson. Used to be such a quaint little place until those slavers took it over. But we got our wonderful snipers keeping an eye in that direction, and so far, the slavers have left us alone. Watch out for strangers. Well, let's see.
So you can
Dusty McBride's
keep
been
exploring
losing
your
some
dialogue
money,
with Jeannie Mae.
but that's probably the heat more than anything, honestly.
But we
It's
ask
been
about the
quiet.
Brahmin
Ranger Andy's
problem
still hurt,
as
but
well.
we got these two gentlemen snipers watching the road day and night, keeping the trash out of Novac. They've been a blessing.
And that's interesting. Jeannie Mae seems to think the cattle are dying due to the heat, but... So head on to the Dino gift shop and you can talk to Cliff.
Welcome to the Dino Bite gift shop. My name's Cliff. If you're here for the T-Rex figurines, you're just in time.
All right. Just in time.
Yes, sir. Seems like every traveler I get in here tells me the same thing. They see the sign and think, gift shop? That's just too good to be true. But Jeannie Mae always points them back in
Mentioning
my
Jeannie
direction.
gives you a little discount,
Well,
and you
a
can
friend of
explore
Jeannie's is a friend of
the
mine.
weapons there. He
My
has
friends get a
a
discount
nice
at my
handgun
store.
called That Gun. Head on
What's
up to
going
the
on, man?
top of the Dino.
I'm Manny. I'm on security detail here. You see a rifle barrel sticking out of the dinosaur's mouth, you got a 50-50 shot it's me. Otherwise, it's Boone. You name it. Anything that comes within 1,000 yards that looks like trouble. Lately, we've been getting ghouls.
You can
coming
talk
from
to
the road
Manny.
Repcon out to the west. Quite a few last couple days. The big threat is the Legion coming from the east. If they decide to attack with a full force, they'll run us over. But so far, we've been lucky. Boone's a sniper, same
Oh.
as me. Used to spot for
Tell
him
us
when we were
more.
enlisted with the NCR. After we got out, I talked him into settling down here. So, here we are. I'd introduce you, but we're not so friendly right now. Sure, I know him. What do you want with him?
So we ask
Doesn't
about the
surprise
man
me.
who killed
Guy seems
us.
like he'd do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Probably makes a lot of
But
enemies.
Manny
Well, listen, I can definitely help you find him, but I've got problems of my own.
wants us to
Maybe
help
we can do
him.
a trade. You need my help. There's something I need too. Hey, do what you want. I'm just trying to make it easier.
And we ask about
Me
Boone's
and
wife.
his wife, we didn't see eye to eye on some things. We had some pretty big arguments. One day, she turns up missing, and he hasn't said a word to me since. Man, you name it. See, I grew up in North Vegas. Me and my cousins. We were some bad seeds. Got in with a gang. I loved it. Then something happened, and I couldn't handle it anymore. So, I enlisted, earned my future, brought down my best friend to share that future with me. And here was this woman who was too good for it, trying to take him away.
Oh.
So yeah, I didn't see eye to eye with the bitch. Were they tough? I was in the cons, man. It doesn't get any badder. Oh, it was great. I wouldn't trade it. Something about that lifestyle, the discipline, seeing new places, making people safe. What's not to like? Well, I just felt like it was time, you know? Wanted to have a home. Plus, I was up at Camp Golf when Bitter Springs went down. I faked like I was sick to get out of going because I knew some of the people there. But when everybody came back, nobody would tell me what happened, and people would call us murderers sometimes when we showed up to secure towns. I still don't know exactly. Just that a lot of people died who didn't want to be a part of the fighting at all. I don't blame anybody for it. There's so much chaos when you're fighting. You're lucky not to shoot your own guys. But it did take something out of it for me. Just wasn't the same. So when it came time to re-enlist, I just took my papers and walked.
So that tells us
Novac,
a lot
it's
about
home for me
Manny.
now. I want that to be for good. I like it here, and I've left too many homes behind. But the only resource we got here is junk. Without that, people wouldn't have anything to trade. They'd all have to leave. We get most of it up the road from the old rocket test site, but a bunch of ghouls showed up one day and took it over. We can't get in there now.
Well, why don't you deal with it?
I would, but I've got to watch the road. Caesar's Legion has been taking territory just east of here. They took Nelson. If we let our guard down, they might attack. All it takes for the Legion is for them to sense weakness. Well, they gotta go. or this will be a ghost town before long. Doesn't matter to me what you do. As long as the ghouls are out of there, that's good enough for me.
So we already got that quest from Novac, but that is how you would start Come Fly With Me. So exploring around Novac, first we went into Cliff's house, and wow, I was not prepared for what Cliff set up T-Rexes all over his apartment in various scenes. They're everywhere. They're everywhere except the bathroom. I checked the bathroom. But yeah, they're on his table. They eat with them. They, yeah, I'm surprised they're not in the fridge. There's also like a pre-war nuclear propaganda style poster. Exploring Ranger Andy's house. We talked to Andy for the first time.
Right now, a whole lot of sitting on my keister and counting cracks in the ceiling. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. On better days, I help keep the peace. Boone and Vargas watch the road. I watch the town. Tell myself I'm doing some good.
So Ranger Andy used to be a
Actually, the first time it was more like half my body. Knocked me out of the Rangers.
A ranger.
This time, it's mostly just reminded me how useless I've gotten. A few years back,
he's pretty much retired these days.
Pulled up in this burnt-out house a few clicks from where we were stationed. We get there and it's deserted. No sign anyone's been there. I mean, nothing. As we're leaving, I hear something behind me. I turn around and there's this kid, just skin and bone, and he's looking up at us and he's scared half to death. Been hiding in a closet. I go to grab him out of there and I notice he's holding something in his hand.
What'd you
something
do?
Metal. He shuts himself back in the closet and that's when I see the grenade he's left by my feet. They do it a lot, the Legion, using kids. They know we'll hesitate. Anyway, that was the first time. Second time, I fell down those stairs in front of the motel. Just in case I got to thinking I'd put it all behind me.
So we try to, if you have enough speech, you can,
was with them.
You can perk them up.
Back when my arm and leg used to work better. I still like to pretend I'm a ranger, though. I'll check in with the guys up at the station pretty regular on the ham radio. Sometimes they stop by, tell me they're paying their respects, the smug bastards. They haven't been responding to me last couple days. I guess they got tired of hearing me talk, but it still got me a little worried. Hell, listen to me talk, like some damn mother hen. No,
right. So ask him if he would, if you want him to check in on his friends.
Soldiers. I don't give them enough credit. They're the NCR's finest. A one-man platoon, each of them. You got a job where even thinking about it would scare a man senseless? That's when you bring in the Rangers. And if you see a squad of veterans, guys who are in their black armor, well, you won't find a more beautiful sight.
And Ranger Andy explains
wait a sec.
What the Rangers are, kind of an elite.
If you find yourself by Ranger Station Charlie, let me know what you find.
Oh, what?
I'd be interested.
And that adds a note to check in on the Ranger Station. Ranger Andy's still concerned for his friends, so check on Manny Vargas's room now. The sniper. You'll find his stuff is unowned. So I took his grilled mantis and his noodles, and you can sleep in his bed. Everything's unowned, and you can come to the terminal, and you can use the terminal without losing any karma, and read the con hospitality. Manny, you made the right choice putting us up, keeping it quiet. This weasel Benny's been twitching since we stole that package, making me nervous as hell. But when I found out we'd passing through our way to Boulder City, I was sure we could count on you. Let the other cons say what they want. I know where your loyalty is. One day you'll remember where you came from, and we'll welcome you back. So, that gets us the information we need about the man who tried to kill us.
You don't work for Mr. Bishop, do you?
Oh.
Sorry, it's just...
You can
look
lie here
like
and
it's
say
tight,
you do, but...
You got that hard-ass wasteland explorer thing going on. Oh, so you have heard of me. Yeah, that's right. I was the big draw at the Shark Club. People used to pay hundreds of caps to see me. You don't know Mr. Bishop. He's not like
what
other
happened?
bosses up there. He knows the wasteland like the back of his hand, and he likes to wander it. I knew if I didn't get way the hell away from New Reno, he'd run me down like a dog. Oh, well, that's all just a big misunderstanding.
So you can ask him,
Mr. Bishop,
press
well,
further.
he owed me a lot of money, and, you know, he's a busy guy, so I sort of figured I'd just take it off his hands. Robbed is such an ugly word. It's more like I took care of a payroll
You robbed
problem.
a casino boss?
Also, I might have, sort of plowed his daughter. A little. Thanks. But if Bishop finds me and I don't have his money, my balls are going to be on his trophy wall. You do that?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Great. I really appreciate it.
So you can let him know if you find any help for,
yeah.
if you hear about anyone that needs a singer. And earlier we met a guitar player, so... Checking out the other motel
Fine
rooms,
weather for
we find
flying.
Daisy.
It's times like these that make me miss it all. Vertibird pilot. 71 missions and only lost one chopper.
You
Rotor
can ask
malfunction over Klamath. Hard landing, but I walked away. I help
Daisy
folks
about
strip
her
down the
life
more
here.
complicated bits of salvage they bring in. Engines mostly. The bits and pieces we take out are usually worth more than the whole thing put together.
Exploring the rest of Novac, you can see Poseidon Energy, the gas station here. Everything is owned, but if you're if you have a bad karma player or you're you don't care, you can just steal all that stuff. There's also a reloading bench and a weapons bench. In front of this house, we found a magazine. Fixing things. This house was just a marked as a settler house. All the food is owned in this house. And the bed was owned. We couldn't sleep in here.
Look who's here.
Actually, that might have been Jeannie Mae's house. Sorry.
Oh.
If you check out...
I'm Alice. And that handsome
Alice
stranger
McBride.
yonder is my husband, Dusty. Going on 50 years now. I keep waiting for him to leave me for some young thing with platinum blonde hair and hoop earrings. But he still sticks around. Says it's my cooking. I think it's because I know which Brahmin udder you can milk without getting kicked in the noggin. We set up this ranch years back when Novac was just getting settled. But now, with all the danger on I-15, folks are starting to come through here from all over. Novac might just be the next Nevada boomtown. Oh, we keep to ourselves for the most part. Try not to pry. I think Jeannie Mae gets bothered that we aren't more sociable. But it's just our way. Ain't that we don't appreciate what she's done, managing this town like she has, but I worry she feels that way anyhow. Not that there ain't others who pry around here. That no-bark was skulking around our yard last week. I thought he was our cow killer. Was about to lash him with our bullwhip till I saw who it was. He's harmless, though. Part of me wishes I could see things like he sees them, all full of mystery. I'm not sure who started it. Wasn't
we can
a
ask
very
how
nice
No
one,
Bark got his
but he
name.
took to calling himself by it, so we all had to. I don't even remember what his real name is. Anyway, I think it comes from that expression that people say when you're crazy, that not all of your dogs are barking. Poor No Bark. Nice of you to visit.
Things treating you all right? Losing don't describe it.
Now we just
It's a
talked to
massacre.
Dusty
Few
before
more
we
days
leave.
and there won't be nothing left to lose. Every night around midnight, Alice and I wake up to some crazy hollering and gunshots. You'd think the world was ending all over again. But it's just one animal each night. They don't take it or carve it up or nothing. Just leave it there.
Every night
all full of
at
holes.
midnight.
We'd be grateful, especially if you find them before they get my whole stock. But don't go getting yourself killed over it. Alice
And
and
that
I
adds a
find a way
note.
to make do. Always have. Oh, I tend to my ranch. That's about it. Alice will tell you, I don't get out a whole lot. Beg your pardon, mister, but them two-headed bees...
And now we
ain't
know
worth
to
getting shot
look
over.
around midnight.
Not to mention what would happen if half of what Novac says is true. Best we can hope is that whoever's doing this will move on or
Apparently
get tired.
Novac said
I just hope it happens
they're
while we still
invisible.
got animals left. Whoever it is, I don't think they're
should be
from
using
around
a
town.
stealth boy.
Seems like they've taken to shooting from the west side. So long.
Thanks, Dusty. It's good information. Just exploring the last couple houses around Novac. We found just a settler's house. There's a locked first aid kit, but it's not owned. So you can pick that lock. It's an easy lock. Get some needed supplies. In the bedroom, though, all the weapons were owned, but the food was not. You take the food, but not the guns. They're pretty welcoming here. In this settler's house, we didn't find much. Some scotch, some whiskey. The interesting house was Novac's house, of course. And look, he has 2 mannequins set up to scare people when they come in. We have a rigged shotgun. It wasn't set up when we came in. And he also has a vending machine surrounded by sandbags. It's a really interesting sight.
That should keep the powder gangers away.
You can actually take the helmet off the mannequin there. If you want, but... oh man. So now that it's night, head back up to the Dino, and you can meet Boone. He's the other sniper, the night shift sniper. And it's Boone's wife that was kidnapped.
God damn it. Don't sneak up on me like that. What do you want?
So let's find out more about Boone.
I think you better leave. Wait. You just got into town. Maybe you shouldn't go. Not just yet. I need someone I can trust. You're a stranger. That's a start.
Now you want something from me.
I said it was a
Boone.
start. This town, nobody looks me straight in the eye anymore. I want you to find something out for me. I don't know if there's anything to find, but I need someone to try. My wife was taken from our home by Legion slavers one night while I was on watch. They knew when to come and what route to take, and they only took Carla. Someone set it up. I don't know who. My wife's dead. I want the son of a bitch who sold her. Bring him out in front of the nest here while I'm on duty. I work nights. I'll give you my NCR beret to put on. It'll be our signal so I know you're standing with him. And I'll take care of the rest. I need to do this myself. I know, all right. That's all you need to know.
If you accept, you add.
Good.
You
I'll
get
make
the
it worth
quest,
your while.
one for my
And
baby.
one more thing. We shouldn't speak again. Not until it's over. No one in town knows that I know what happened to my wife.
And that will be
Best they
finding
never know. Or the Legion will be after me next.
Boone's wife's killer.
Yeah.
I came out and shot at Manny, but he didn't shoot back.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
Last
It
one
ain't
to
my
meet was
old
Victor.
friend from Good Springs.
And
No, don't believe I did. But you might ask around. The Novac
Apparently
folks
Victor's
usually
following
see
us.
anyone traveling this way. Don't rightly know. Just
So we
got the
ask him
notion
about
to make
this.
my way to New Vegas. Reckon I'll find out when I get there. Seeing how this is the only road around, I'd be a sight more surprised if we didn't run into each other from time to time. Likewise, friend, likewise. Is there anything old Vic can do you for? Well, this ain't New Vegas, but I reckon you can find what you need here. Try the office out front. I'll let that slide, seeing as how you got a mind full of vengeance for that no-good polecat and all. Be seeing you.
Just around back of the houses is another weapon bench and some more supplies, but they're all owned. And there's the water tower of Novac. If you were hoping to get a drink, though, it's full of radiation. Plus 5 rads, so. But that's about it. I know this one was a longer one. This is Novac. There's a lot of colorful characters and great stories, and we started a whole bunch of quests and side quests. So we'll see you in the next video, and we'll explore some of these side quests. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out my other exploring New Vegas videos to see how we got here.
You?
See you in the next one.
I ain't talking.
Bye.
They tried to get me to talk before, but I didn't say nothing. And I don't aim to now, by gum.